Then you start to delve, I suppose, into your history and the past. So was that a joyous thing, or did it also conjure up elements that you didn't like to look back at?
Yeah, it's, sometimes it was hard. It weren't really hard while writing it or recording it.
Okay.
That just flows naturally for me in a way. But then on reviewing it and really analysing it and just just listening, it's like some things I didn't want to hear. Like Deep Blues, like when I made that song, I loved it. And then I just found like I couldn't listen to it every day, you know what I mean? And there was other songs I made where I could listen to every day. So it's kind of like you get this emotion out of you and then the job's done then. It's, I've got what I needed out of it, let that out of my system and then I can kind of move on.
Is that what music in a sense does for you and writing lyrics?
Sometimes, definitely for this record.
Okay.
It hasn't always been like that, Sometimes music to me is just like spit the best verse you can and just like gas other people, like spit a verse that would just make the rave go crazy. Like there's definitely, room for that. Like, and Garage Gang and Flow of the Year and, you know what I mean? Those tunes were made for that. And, but I needed that release, during the recording process because, a lot of the subject matters were so deep and those tunes just, it was like a breath of fresh air when they came.
And so what changed? Was it just the subject matter that kind of needed this approach?
What do you mean? What approach?
Well, you say sometimes rapping can be just for fun, but to delve a little bit deeper and be a little bit more personal.
Yeah, well, I think, look, this is what I needed to say these things and put it down the way I did. Was to work with people that I was totally comfortable with.
Sure.
And I think by just being in sessions where I'm not one of these people that go to the studio with their people and everyone's around and chilling. I don't think those songs would have came in that environment.
Right. Right.
Maybe Garage Gang would have, or whatever, Free Relapse, I was in the studio with gigs and it was all cool and we was drinking. But usually it was just like me and one person. That other person was like Fraser T. Smith. I've known him for like 12 years now or something, you know what I mean? We probably started working in 2004. And Mikey J, again, he worked on my first album.
Sure.
I've known him for like 13-ish years now, you know what I mean? Blue, another person that he came later on in the process, but I met him in 2007, and just people that I was comfortable with and that are friends also, so that really helped me in this process.
And you mentioned Deep Blues with Damon Albarn. You recorded a song with him, Feel Free, on London Town.
Yeah, 2007.
And I believe you were also on his record, on the Gorillaz record. What makes you work together well?
I just think, like, firstly, a mutual respect, you know what I mean? I respect what he does and he respects what I do. And I allow him to do what he does. And he allows me the same, This particular tune, this particular album, I was meeting up with him and just playing the music. I've done it about 3 times. I've done it quite early on when I only had I think I had 2 tracks and a beat. And then I met up with him again and I played him some songs and Deep Blues was one of them. I had my lyrics already.
Okay.
I thought maybe we'll make something new or maybe he could write something for me on This Is England. Right. Both of those things was in my head. And he was like asking me questions about Deep Blues. So like, was asking me a lot of questions about Little Sis at the time, like just questions about the song. And then we went on to Deep Blues and he's asking me things and he was like, I think I can fit in on that track. I think I can add something to it. And I was like, fine. Then he went and he played some synths and then sung that. And the tune was called Old Blues at the time. That's what the beat was called. And then he sang his thing, and then we changed it to deep blues. But yeah, just that element of it's like the unknown. I never know what he's gonna do.
Okay.
I never know. It always surprises me. You know what I mean? So I like that.
And what you say is quite interesting because he asked about certain songs that you've written, and then I suppose Fraser does as well. So when you discuss these tracks, and especially when they're quite personal, is it difficult to take maybe not criticism, but to have their input on the creative process of a song like that?
One sec. Is it too much loud? No. Okay. It is. It's not difficult to have someone's input. There's not much criticism going on because I think with this particular record and in terms of like the lyrics, it's just my story, you know. So people just respected what I was saying, you know. I know more about what I want to say than they do. So now it's just about how do we make the best song out of this? And, you know, a lot of it was like, what's unnecessary? What can we take away and not miss? You know, do we need that? Take it away. Can we take something else away? Let's just leave what is absolutely integral to this song. So a lot of this process was, you know, that and structure and just like finding the best way to be like impactful. And, you know, it was cool with Fraser and, yeah, with Damon, Mikey, and Blue, and I respect their opinion, you know. So that's the only way that it could work. But yeah, it was all good.
Once kind of the direction of the album, especially thematically, was kind of set, were there things that you wanted to talk about, like Little Sis? It's about your sister, and did you think about I want to write a song about this, or did it just happen?
For that particular one, yeah, for that particular track, Little Sis, it wasn't. I didn't like have an idea. I want to make a song about it on the thing, but it came before the music came.
Okay.
Like I remember where I came up with it. Actually, I came up with like like just chords and, you know, piano chords in my head. I played a gig with Damon at Latitude, and then we was on the tour bus or the coach or whatever it was on the way home, and it was late and everyone fell asleep, and I was just up, just couldn't sleep, and then these piano chords just started to come in my head, and then some melody came, which is still in the song, like in the background, the melody, and then the lyrics just came. I think maybe the first verse and like, well, the chorus is only like one line, so I think like the first verse and the chorus just like came, and then like shortly after the second verse came, and I had it all mapped out in my head. It doesn't really happen often, but it just was created like just completely off of imagination. And then I went into the studio with Fraser, and I had it all mapped out. I said, listen, I have the chords, like I want you to play the piano like this, and then the beat's gonna be like this, and then this is gonna be like the backing vocal, and then here's the lyrics. And we just like done it in one day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know if she heard the song?
Yeah, I do.
What did she think?
She heard the song. Like, we haven't spoke like, well, too much about that and what you thought and how you heard it, but I know that it reached her.
Okay. And finally, then, yeah, there's also a song called "Strangers," about a kind of a lost friendship.
Yeah.
And then a similar question to that: do you know if he heard the song or that if he?
Yeah, I do. When the album came out, he
Okay.
phoned me.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he had about 30 missed calls that day. And he phoned me.
Okay.
And yeah, and we just had a chat. We spoke for like 90 minutes.
Okay.
We spoke for 93 minutes, I remember, specifically.
So with these songs, and then obviously they're about real people, was it difficult for you to reveal yourself in that way?
Again, not difficult while going through the process, but just
Right.
like afterwards thinking like, wow, I'm gonna actually put this out. I remember going around to my cousin Just D's house and playing him a few new songs, because I played him a lot of songs along the way, and I played him Strangers, and he was like, Rod, do you really want to go here? Like, this me, what do you mean? He goes like this album's personal, you know?
Right.
It's me, yeah, I know. I think that, like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to just deal with like whatever comes. But I think it's all been positive. I think people appreciate my perspective of whatever situation, and yeah, they respect the bravery and the honesty. You know, there's not lying. There's three sides to every story. You know what I mean? Mine, theirs, and the truth. And this is just like how I see it. You know. But I even explained in Strangers, like maybe he sees it a whole different way, but we're grown up enough to just like chat, have a laugh about it. Now we're all good.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
Nice one, thank you, bro.